Hi everyone, my name is Ava. I'm a student in the science program at the college. However, starting in the fall of next year, I will be in the education program. I just wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do this year, so I decided to go with a more general route. I was interested in this course, honestly, based on the name of it alone, I was intrigued, but also because I thought it'd be really cool to just look at different forms of art, and honestly to just try out an online class and kind of see what it had to offer. When I was watching Scruton's documentary, I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought there were a lot of neat aspects within it. One thing that really stuck out to me, though, was whenever Scruton would talk about beauty within the world, specifically beauty within art, he really focused on historical pieces like older architecture, older paintings, that kind of deal. Yet whenever he would look at more modern art and more modern paintings, architecture, that same type of thing, he would criticize it. He'd called it ugly, disturbing in some cases, said it really only had a means of shock value and whatnot. And he was essentially saying that the world is losing its beauty. And I felt this was a bit of an unfair claim at first. I just felt as the world is evolving, art is also bound to evolve with it as well, and that we should appreciate it for what it is. Yet, as the documentary did go on, I definitely did kind of start to side with him more and more about this concept of how art has started to become ugly and has been losing its beauty. I think this is mainly because I find some of the art in today's world it's lost a lot of its originality, creativity, kind of its overall wow factor and ability to evoke a strong sense of emotion within people. And I find that this is kind of why art is kind of said to have lost its beauty. And this, I was really reminded of this as well when Scruton said, anyone calls anything art. That just really stood out to me, that kind of quote, and kind of reiterated my ideas and whatnot. One other point Scruton brought up that I was very convinced by was this idea of how art kind of solely revolves around consumerism nowadays. It's as if people are doing it more so for the money than they are for their personal enjoyment. And I think that's also probably a strong reason as to why art itself is losing its beauty. It's because people aren't doing it kind of for their own personal satisfaction and whatnot. And that is possibly kind of like an underlying issue with kind of creating beauty in today's world. Overall, though, I think Scruton does mention some very valid points, and that beauty does matter. If it didn't matter, conversations like this and Scruton's documentary probably wouldn't exist.